tech segment this week shares our annual gift ideas with technology in mind. Mike, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for it, Chad. Let's talk about some of the mobile stuff you've got sitting over there in the corner first.
You know, there's always a lot of great ideas for mobile, and certainly that starts with a tablet. There's a lot of options. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of sons and daughters looking for their first phone. Don't forget when you buy your phone to also remember the attachments that go with it, the chargers, the cases, Mike. That's one of the big things.
It is, and there are more attachments, and some don't quite attach. I see you've got the new generation of AirPods sitting out there, Chad.
You know, it's pretty interesting as you watch the technology evolve to more wireless systems. And this next generation is pretty neat, and it's really simple to use. You put that in your ear, and the nice part about it is you don't even notice it. And these are actually even noise canceling, which is pretty nice.
That is pretty incredible. But you know what? Some folks don't like to listen. They like to read, Chad. What do you got up for the readers?
Well, come on. Look at this big book in front of us. If you guys haven't seen this is a series of books. Mike's got one in front of him too. Red Combines, Red Tractors. It is an amazing array of information about the history of red equipment, and it is an awesome book if you haven't seen it.
With a foreword by our good friend Max Armstrong.
Yeah, to find this book, you can go to octanepress.com. You might want to do that kind of quick because these things are a little hard to come by, but it's an amazing book.
Absolutely. A great resource for anybody who's got red in their veins.
So moving toward you of technology, we've got to have a drone, right? I mean, as Max would say, I'm the drone boy. This is the next generation in drones, and I would tell you, what do you notice about this right off the bat, Mike?
It's the size, Chad.
Yeah. This is the Mavic series of drones, and the thing that's interesting about it is it collapses to something very small, which is, let me get it turned around here so you can see it. It's pretty amazing, the size.
It's shoe size.
You know, the thing historically, we've been flying drones with controllers like this, and we would put our smart device on. But Mike, do you notice what I got in front of you?
Yeah, you got something with a screen of its own.
Yeah, so one of the challenges with the smart device is when you get outside, how can you see it? And that's called a smart controller, and what they did is they made it so it works really good outside.
Wow. And of course, we've got to have some toys, Chad.
I mean, who doesn't want toys for Christmas?
You got to update that carpet farming operation.
You know, I'll leave you with one last thing, and if you like to play golf, check out this pretty cool rangefinder. Be sure to check with us next week as we have part 2 with more Christmas ideas. Part 2 of our gift ideas. Mike, it's time to talk about some tools.
It is. It's always my favorite time of the year when tool season comes out here in the holidays. Chad, tell us a little bit about what we've got here on the set.
Well, we've got a lot of things today. First, we're going to start with some portable lights. These are really handy. This tower light fixture right here is pretty neat because even though you're in a shop or a confined space, you really need to put light in the right place, and that does a good job. And also, the portability of these are pretty amazing. This one actually has a clamp on the bottom and actually is magnetic controlled. The best part about these two lights, though, is longevity. They're so bright for so long. We're talking 20, 30 hours of light time, which is pretty great.
Wow, you can get a lot of work accomplished with 30 hours of light time. And if you're going to get the work accomplished, Chad, you got to have the right tools and the right tips to get that work done. Tell us about what you got right there.
So I was walking through Home Depot, and as we know, this past couple weeks with all the holidays, there's a lot of specials. And I walked by this and went, okay, I'm buying that. And this whole thing was only $25. So you can really not ever have enough tips for all your drills and impact tools. So it's pretty cool. This was a pretty no-brainer gift idea.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've got here too, $5, the paint stick. Just a marker to write on whether you're doing welding or mark it on a filter of equipment. It works pretty good as well.
It's always handy to have tools around.
Now listen, I noticed you got a couple things that you kind of grabbed right away. Does that mean you're going to try to put those in your car today?
Oh yeah, and this one I'm really excited about because I have a tendency to pick up flat tires like crazy. Probably because I buy used tires. But Chad, tell me a little about what we got here. This looks a little fancier than something I'm used to.
Well, it's a portable air compressor. So you can see it's got a battery on the bottom. And if you turn it around, Mike, there's a hose on the back. And it's really made for that passenger truck tire and smaller. But like Mike said, you turn it on, dial in the pressure you want, and then push the button. And it'll air up to that set pressure, which is pretty neat.
That is pretty fantastic. Chad, you know, speaking of air, I notice we've got something else that moves a decent amount of air right here.
Yeah, that's right. That's a wonderful new tool. It's just a really small, high-powered portable vacuum. It does have some attachments that hook on, but how easy is that to climb up in your combine or in your tractor or, in your case, in your car and clean it out?
Absolutely. Now, I tell you what, Chad, if we're going to keep combines, tractors, cars, everything moving, we've got to keep them lubed up. I know you've got a tool to do that.
This is really my favorite one. I kind of saved it for last, and this is a portable grease gun. It's no secret. Grease guns, remote controlled if you would, or battery powered, have been around a long time. First we went to air grease guns, now we got battery. This works really good. The farmer I helped this fall had one, and I went, yeah, I'm going to have to buy one of those myself. And I took this opportunity to do that. But the neat part about this is it's really adjustable. So you can do 1 shot of grease or 2. The battery lasts for 6 or 8 tubes of grease. I mean, it works really good. And then the other thing was this other little attachment that goes with it called the lock and lube. And that's really handy because it allows you to click right on the grease zerk.
Fantastic, Chad. Making life a little easier.
That's right. Well, Mike, thanks for joining me. We love to talk about technology on This Week in Agribusiness, and we wanted to give you some great gift ideas.